If you're enjoying this video and would like to support the channel, consider doing so using my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Back to the project. Here we are, all done. So fairly simple, and I did this as a result of one of the viewers' comments on one of the last videos on this house. So it was probably maybe where I did some painting, or I think it was probably the gutter video, but somebody noted that it was just this part of the handrail and then that other one that ran parallel to it midway up, and no spindles, and that is not code, dangerous. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff on this house that's not code, and if it was built today, so not everything needs to be code when it's pre-existing, but as far as safety goes, it's good to go ahead and bring certain things up to code, or tighten it up in some fashion. So I brought this up to code in terms of the spacing between the spindles, and then that's why I even extended these down to where nothing could come through here. And you can look up the specifics of all those required dimensions. This, of course, also makes the handrail much more sturdy. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down right here and run a 4x4 up to this other stringer, and then put probably a 2x6 across it, and then do some sort of bracing just to take out the wiggle, since it's not attached to the wall. But yeah, here we go. You can see, and I put all these on the outside, and the reason I mentioned that is because these I put on the inside. My reason for that is, like, when I think about kids out here, anybody, if you were pushing on them, you're pushing against the whole handrail, versus if they're on the outside where they're traditionally at, you're pushing on just that one spindle. So if a little kid was holding on to them and like really going crazy, and for whatever reason one came out, if it's on the outside, they could go through. So I didn't like that. So I put them on the inside in this situation. But on the handrail portion of it coming up the steps, you can imagine somebody, as they're going up, if they're shorter, they may be grabbing onto the spindles, helping themselves go up the steps. So I think they're stronger on the outside, and it's the traditional way to do it. Popped one right there because the spacing was too big in that one spot. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to let this, this is soaking wet, so there's no painting it right now. So I'm just going to let all that drop, and I'll probably paint that after somebody is already living here. The other thing I need to do is, you can see this is me pressure washing, but I had to pressure wash it so hard to remove this stuff that it was like cutting into the wood. The decking boards are still okay, on the tread boards are still okay, but I don't want to go that hard on these, so I need to get some sort of a cleaner that you can spray on there and let it sit on there, and then come back and spray it off once it really loosens things up. I don't know what that is. Y'all can recommend something if you want. But yeah, just a quick mini video on the porch. I think that is pretty much it. There's, some painting stuff left, but there was roof repair, handrail, and then the only other thing I want to do is down here at the bottom of the steps, from right there around the corner where my saw is sitting. I want to cut the concrete and have maybe a few steps, basically just something to transition from the sidewalk down to this level better. As it is right now, it's sort of like a little billy goat path. It's just chunks of concrete and rocks in the ground. So I want to get something that brings this down and then makes a sort of a better path around to the basement door. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.